Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential. Always listening, always understanding.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the Nsmq review show. It's a pleasure to have you on this show again. Today on the show I have a surprise package for you. A package you wouldn't want to flip that dial until the end of the show today. I would want to tell you, but make sure you keep the dial here because this is the Nsmq review show. My name is Emmanuel Jivenum. In the meantime though, we started with 108 schools for this year's National Science and Maths Quiz. They engaged in 75 interesting competitions, nerve-wracking contests. By the end of today, the July 8, 2019, we are left with 3 outstanding schools going to the grand finale of this year's National Science and Maths Quiz. Which schools are these? You will want to know a bit later, but these are schools that went through the preliminary. Some of them went through the preliminary stage of the competition. Others joined in the 1A stage. They met all the difficult questions and opponents. By the end of the day, they were able to succumb them and are one contest away to clinching to the trophy, as well as the bragging rights as champions of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Which schools are these? One, we have Presec Legon, who is the record holders, Nsmq record holders. They've won the competition for 5 times, and they are looking forward to winning it this year, making 6. But would they? Certainly we'll find out on Thursday for the grand finale. Also in this is our defending champions. They've also won the competition 3 times already and are looking forward probably to retain the trophy. And finally, we have St. Augustine's College also making it to the grand finale, looking forward to winning their 2nd trophy. But this is going to be a difficult one. Let's get closer and speak to our finalists for the 2019 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. It's going to be an up-and-close conversation with them to find out how well they are preparing for the D-Day, the grand finale. Gentlemen, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I think it would be in place to say congratulations to all of you. You did so well to get to this point. But first of all, I want to introduce yourself to my people.
I'm Mensa Nathaniel from Presec Legon.
Presec. So what about you?
Obey Michael, St. Vitus Senior High School.
Okay, and finally,
Jimmy Newton from St. Augustine's College.
Thank you very much for making time on the show. First of all, let me start with you, Presec. You are our record holders. You've won the competition 5 times already. I mean, let me get closer to you. How were you selected to represent your school at this year's National Science and Maths Quiz?
It was a long process though, but then I can't narrate everything, but eventually our teachers and our coordinators got to select the best to represent the school.
But do you at any point thought that you were that kind of brilliant student to represent your school? You know, you are not the only person here. A lot of them in the team, but the school finally decided to choose you to represent your school. Was this something that you thought, yes, you were going to be representing your school this year?
Not really, because we had other colleagues who were equally good as we are, but then eventually we had many trials in the school, and through that they were able to select the 3 to represent the school.
Absolutely. Daniel, I also want to find out from you how you also got selected for your school. Michael, rather, how you got selected to represent St. Peter's SHS at this year's National Science and Maths Quiz.
Normal selection procedure. The teachers decided who is best for the school, and we were chosen to select to represent the school.
But you were in Form 2, isn't it?
Yes.
You're in Form 2. How were you able to, beat the challenges from your seniors who were in their senior year to represent your school? Bear in mind that St. Peter's SHS is the defending champions, and you have that responsibility of winning the competition again for your school. How difficult was it for you?
Firstly, we are not the defending champions. Kisi, Anokweku, and Fanny Benjamin who are the defending champions. And in terms of the selection, I believe all glory and honor is to God. As simple as that.
Well, Newton, congratulations again. St. Augustine's College has gone through a lot of difficult times. You went in 2017, you got kicked out at the prelims. 2018, you got beaten at the regionals. You weren't able to represent your school on the national stage. But all of a sudden, from the blue, you won your championship, Central Regional Championship, and you made it to the stage. How has the journey been for you, going through the regionals to preliminaries now to the grand finale?
It hasn't been so easy going through the prelims because all the schools are trying to compete for the slot in the national. But God being so good, we were able to make it and then come this far.
Will you say it has been an easy journey for you?
It hasn't been easy. We had a lot of problems, but God helped us to overcome everything.
Okay, when you say problems, what do you mean by problems? You may want to share some of that?
Problems as in every school is preparing. So at every point in time, you have to get yourself on point so that you'll be able to be ahead. So we had a lot of challenges, yes, but we were able to go through.
One contest that really comes in mind is the one you faced, the likes of Tamale SHS. Many had predicted that this was going to be an easy walkover for you, considering the fact that you beat your regional rivals in front of them at the 1A stage. What really went wrong that you didn't take charge of the competition right from day one, and you had to wait for the final round of competition to make it through to the semifinals?
We did not have that kind of coach up mentality. This is because a school that has made it to the quarterfinals, you can't just downplay them. We just said that that day was not such a good day, but because in God's own way He wanted us to win, He had to do it how He wanted it. So at the end of the day,
which of the contests do you think posed a lot of challenges for you in your round at this year's National Science and Maths Quiz?
The contest that brought us here, that should be our regionals. That should be the most challenging contest, because that contest should make or break us. Depended on that contest whether we'll make it to the nationals or not. To me, I think that was the most difficult contest ever.
Okay, I mean, Michael, let me come to you again. You started or you joined the competition at the 1A stage, went through quarterfinals, semifinals. Now the way is now clear to the grand finale, the ultimate. I mean, throughout your journey, which of the contests would you say posed a lot of threat to you?
All the contests have been equally challenging, and I believe it's the grace of God that has brought us to nothing else.
Nothing else. But would you say the likes of, your 1A stage competition, your quarterfinals competitions and semifinals, which of them do you think really took you from your comfort zone?
As I said, all the contests were equally challenging, and it's only God who has brought us to.
And I'm sure you are looking forward to God sending you through to winning the competition again for your school, isn't it?
I have nothing much to say, but all glory and honor be to God.
Well, let me come to you, Presec Legon. It's been a long time since you won the competition. So long. You are the record holders, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to relent on your laurels in winning the trophy this year. I'd want to find out from you. You joined again from the 1A stage to the semifinals. I mean, which of the competition would you say was a little bit challenging for you, even though you overcome them?
All the contests were equally challenging, but then I would say the semifinals was kind of a bit challenging, because all the two other schools are schools that have an equal chance of also qualifying to the finals. So actually we prepared very well and God saw us through.
I mean, talking about the semi-final competition that you had, I remember the likes of Adisado College was in the Popuwari, was also these are former champions of the National Science and Maths Quiz. In the second round, we realized that you were a little bit strategic. You weren't picking most of the speed race questions. Was this something you planned?
Not really. I think it was just by God's grace and they took that strategy on stage, but I don't think it was something we planned.
So let me find out from you. Thursday is the grand finale. You have the opportunity to win the trophy for your school. What should your fans out there expect from Presec Legon when you mount the stage?
They should expect nothing but the best. With God's grace and favor, we are going to eventually lift the trophy.
Are you sure you're going to be the like of St. Peter's as well as St.
Okay,
Augustine's?
that would be God's will, and we are ready to accept anything.
And even if it's a defeat, you accept?
If that's God's will, we accept it.
Well, let me find out from you, St. Peter's. Michael, what should we expect from you? You won it last year, or your school won it last year. Are we going to see a back-to-back? You know, it was only St. Peter's or St. Presec Legon that has won the competition back-to-back. Are we likely to see that come Thursday?
I believe all the three finalists have the potential of winning. So, as always, the final serious to the Lord. And you see it to the end once you have started something with us.
Newton, before I ask you of what we should be expecting from you on the grand finale, there's one particular thing about you that many would always remember you for. This great substitution that always comes on stage and delivers. In the 1A stage, the quarterfinals and semis, when you come on stage, you are able to deliver the true or false statements. You've had none of them right. Is there a secret you want to share with us?
There is no secret. It's God that has been helping us, and then communal effort. So there's nothing like a secret.
And we are hoping to see that again at the grand finale, isn't it? Finally, your expectations. What should people expect from you on the day where one of you is going to lift the trophy?
We are still praying to God. He's the one that has brought us this far. So we hope and pray that if it's His will, we'll lift the trophy on Thursday.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's great to have you on the show, and we wish you all the best come Thursday when you head towards one of you going to pledge on the trophy as well as the bragging right of becoming the National Science and Maths Quiz champions. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. Viewers, this is where we part ways with our finalists. When we come back for the next session of the show, we'll be having a conversation with one individual many have described as the face of the National Science and Maths Quiz. You would want to find out after the break.
There's always that one individual so selfless and caring. The world still has caring people. Getting unexpected help is a joy for us. That's why at Prudential Life, we've introduced Ultimate, the no-lapse guarantee on your Premier and Classic farewell plans. The biggest challenge for most clients having a funeral policy is the fact that when they are unable to pay premiums due to financial challenges, the policies elapse and the full benefit falls off. We have introduced the no-lapse guarantee on our funeral plans. This ensures that you don't lose your full benefit during challenging financial moments. Prudential, always listening, always understanding.
You're most welcome to a new era of banking at GCB Bank, where there are no long queues at the bank. Because you can enjoy swift access to your account anywhere, anytime with GCB e-banking solutions. Experience a world where you have financial convenience from a bank with integrity. A world where you can focus on your business and trust us to provide you with limitless business banking solutions that will take you to new heights. When you need a loan, sooner is better than later. So we give it to you in 24 hours to make sure the experience is memorable. Whatever you need, sir, we have an exceptional team of diverse professionals ready to serve you with a smile. Trust us with your money. We are bigger, better, safe, and ready to take you places beyond banking.
GCB Bank, your bank for life. Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Gold Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy. Here's innovation.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Earlier on, we were having a conversation with our 2019 finalists who will be heading to the grand finale on Thursday to find who emerged victors of the 2019 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. If you don't know, we know. If you don't know, we have Presec Legon, the likes of St. Peter's SHS as well as St. Augustine's College making it to the grand finale. We wait to find out who among these three would clinch to the trophy. But in the meantime, though, we are going to go again to speak to the quiz mistress of the National Science and Maths Quiz. She has been described as the face of the competition. We'll find out how this year's competition has been and what we should be expecting at the grand finale. Also in studio is Yoreja Ntiamwa. He is a former contestant. You're welcome, madam and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Madam, I want to start from you, Dr. Elsiefa Kaufman. How has this year's competition fared for you?
The competition has gone well. From where I sit, I'm very interested in the quality of the answers that I get to my questions and the ability of the students to be able to handle complex situations as we rise higher in the competition. I've seen some good things, I've also seen some bad ones, and so it's been a mixed bag for me, but I think all in all it's gone well.
And let's start with the good aspects of what you've witnessed over the years. You may want to share with us the positive side of this year's competition.
I see that students have been working hard. I mean, the level of the competition in terms of the level of difficulty of questions has been...
Absolutely, has been a notch higher.
Yes. And they've lived up to our expectations in many ways. Yes.
Yoreja, you have been following this competition for a very long time. Yourself, you contested in this competition in 2015. Will you say that this year's competition lived up to expectation?
It has. The ups and downs, the twists and turns, the underdogs coming in to win, and people kicking the giants out. It's been a very good competition.
And let's narrow it down to our 3 finalists who would be going to find out which of them would clinch to the trophy. We have Presec, we have St. Augustine's College, and St. Peter's. How do you see them through this competition this year?
Actually, I've been thinking about this prediction the whole of today. And I knew definitely when Presec got to the grand finale in the morning, I knew Peters will follow and Augustine's too. But then I've been thinking about it. Who is going to win the trophy? They all look so good because apart from St. Augustine's, the round 1 is not really good for them. But I think maybe they will sit up in the finals. But aside that, they are all exceptional. And St. Peter's, they have faults with the true or false. And I don't know how they tend to get a lot of answers.
And that seems to be the stronghold of St. Augustine's College.
Very. And Presbyterian boys too. Because they have this super sub system. And maybe I'll advise that next year every school should adapt to the super sub system. Because it has really worked for them.
Doc, I would also want to find out from you the problem of the day. I mean, this is where the likes of our contestants are given a complex question in either science, mathematics, biology, physics, or chemistry, and they are to provide answers to them on the board. Would you say this year there has been an improvement?
No, this is actually one of the parts of the competition where I say I'm a bit disappointed. Because with the coming in of the Prudential Life Nsmq star, so much monetary enticement, I thought they would work harder or they would do better, but unfortunately it hasn't been that way. What I see is a focus on the speed as opposed to the thinking. So when they get a problem, instead of analyzing the problem, some of these problems are actually quite practical. There's a physical meaning to the problem that is before them. They don't get that. They immediately go to the formula work, and then you find them faltering. Some of the problems of the day I thought were really manageable and could fetch some perfect scores. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Throughout the competition, we only recorded 8 schools getting a perfect score. Most of them were during the preliminary stage of competition. We only had 2 in the 1A stage, quarterfinals 9, semi-finals 9. Probably the grand finale we may have.
There was 1.
There was actually 2 in the quarterfinals.
Achimota,
as well as St. Ignatius of Loyola. They had a perfect score. Madam, I want to find out from you. Many say when it is a maths question, it comes, an easy, perfect score for the schools. Vis-a-vis, let's say, chemistry. Do you share the same sentiment with others?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, we had a perfect score for chemistry.
Yeah. And I think for physics too.
Physics, no.
Physics, no.
Doing the prelims.
Maybe prelims, but not
the prelims,
not the 1/8 onwards. And mathematics, yes, we did. But interestingly, see, the thing is, we have different types of questions covering different areas. If the problem happens to be in your area of interest, then you are lucky. But luck doesn't always come, and so it's random. In fact, even the consultants don't know which one is coming next. and that is what the issue is. But it's not necessarily that the chemistry problems are harder.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought chemistry this year did very well in terms of problem of the day, in terms of difficulty level. It was physics that
was a little bit
that was a
challenging.
bit challenging, I have to admit.
But there again, we want to find out from you. I mean, we are listening, the contestants or the schools are listening, and the teachers as well are also doing the listening, and we want to find out how they can improve on their problem-solving questions coming, let's say, in next year's competition.
All right, it's not just about the formula work. So when they receive a problem, they should just scan the problem. So for example, I was surprised the probability problem for a problem of the day, and you sum up all the possible events, and you are able to get 2. That is simply impossible. It doesn't have any physical meaning. Had they been thinking about the problem, they would have realized that something was wrong immediately. They didn't. So a little bit of reflection on what the problem really is about. Does it even have a physical significance they can appreciate, and then working from there. And do the common sense checks at the end.
Absolutely. I mean, Eureka, you have been on the stage before. What goes into your thinking when you are handed a question to solve?
It's not easy. It's not easy. I think my time, the one day was against Prempeh College. We had a physics problem of the day. And it was about Young's modulus, and I think I messed up with the significant figures. And within the contest, quiz mistress prompted me about my significant figures. And during the problem day, I repeated the same thing. And she was complaining bitterly about, Eureka, I told you, don't repeat, and you did it again. And this year, glory be to God, they've been penalizing for this significant figures thing. And I think the students should take their time. We are all under pressure, adrenaline and all that. But then when you calm your nerves down, you're able to think through. Even though the time frame might not score everything, but they check for steps and all that. So you might get marks which is worthwhile.
Absolutely. Doc, I mean, let's revisit this old age conversation we've been having about the performance of all female schools. This year we had quite a number of them coming through the competition. But would you say it's something encouraging this year? Your licks may say it's all, I guess.
Oh, this year we were hopeful that this would be the year where something happens. Unfortunately, our last chance was the one we had.
Wesley Girls,
yes,
this afternoon.
Yeah, and I was a bit disappointed. The young ladies gave up too early.
Yes.
From the body language, they had given up in the first round.
They were nodding their head. I mean, it's over.
But there's hope, because you know, last year that was when I said, when the young ladies brought their cheering team and they were singing the songs just like the young men, then I knew things were improving. Because previously, if you remember, Wesley Girls would come and sit down with some beautiful clap. So we are getting there. The other thing also is that our audience is not friendly at all. I had to stop at one point during the problem of the day with the young ladies to make a comment for the audience to stop those
comments.
The comments they were making, very, very terrible comments they were making. And so all this doesn't help. It doesn't help. Even if they were trying to pick themselves up, hearing those comments from the crowd.
Absolutely.
Doesn't help. You know, it's predominantly male, very aggressive and hostile. That environment doesn't help.
Yeah, I think it's one thing organizers of the National Science and Maths Quiz are looking forward to making it, do some adjustment to make sure that these things are nipped in the bud. But coming close to the contestant, the female contestant, how well can they get prepared to stand on the same platform with the men and match them both for both?
It's not only about technical competence, otherwise Wesley Girls would have won hands down. It's not about technical competence. It's the extra things. So I mentioned the hostility of the audience, for example. That will make a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and then mental strength to be able to ignore all the noise, to ignore everything that's happening and to focus on the work at hand.
Now, the stage is now set for the grand finale.
Yes.
We are going to have 3 schools battling it all out for the ultimate. What should we expect from the competition, or what's your expectation from the grand finale?
Actually, I was a bit disappointed with our semifinals because I expected the contest to be a little closer, but it didn't happen that way. I'm hoping that we have a very well contested final.
It should live up to expectation the same way it did last year, where just a point separated the
that's
winner.
Much more exciting. That's much more exciting. So I hope the schools are preparing.
Very well, very well.
Yes.
And wish you all the best as well.
Thank you very much.
You have the final words. I want to find out from you what should be your expectations from.
Oh, I think it will be a very nice contest. Newton coming in, Nathaniel coming in after following a day. We live to see. We live to see. But then history has it. President boys won a back-to-back 2008, 2009. And Asala brothers, one won it in 2008 and the other in 2009. And last year, Finning won it for St. Peter's, and his brother is back. So let's see if history can repeat itself.
All right. Thank you very much, gentleman and lady, for making it onto the show. I'm most grateful. And Dr. Fakofma, I wish you all the best for the grand finale.
Thank you.
Viewers, this is where we part ways on the Nsmq review show. But make sure to make a date with us on Thursday, where we would have our grand finale. It's a competition that will feature former champions, the likes of Presec Legon, the likes of St. Augustine's College, and our defending champions, St. Peter's SHS. Which of them would clinch to the ultimate? You would want to join us at the National Theatre for this interesting competition. But remember the 2019 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. It's made possible by the Ghana Education Service with support from Gold, GCB, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Academic City College, Adansi Travel, Kenya Airwaves, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, VIMTO, Freshman Institutes of Action University, Newmont Gold Corps Ghana, InterVarsity, Addition Store, GTP, Hottie Makeup, Chickers Beads, and Pink Pearl. Our media partners are Joy News, Joy FM, My Joy Online, and YFM. As always, this is a prime time production. Until we come your way again with the Nsmq review show, my name is Emmanuel Jiveno.